No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
This is Paul Feinbaum. That'll do it for me today. Coming up next, The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
From the University of Alabama, this is Crimson Tide Today. It's a daily update on Bama sports, and it's brought to you by Guthrie's, America's original chicken finger restaurant and a proud partner in the Alabama Crimson Tide. For franchise information, visit Guthrie'sChicken.com. Hello again, everybody. I'm Roger Hoover. Here are post-game thoughts from Kalen DeBoer after Saturday's Iron Bowl victory at Auburn.
Couldn't be more proud of these guys. First of all, for this game and just how resilient they were within the game. Obviously, we jumped on pretty quick early, but they had some explosive plays, and I feel that's the one thing that's disappointing is we gave us some explosives, and we didn't have the explosives, but the takeaways and taking care of the football ourselves was huge. But just the fight and the belief. I think there's some teams that hope they can find a way. I think our guys really understand that they get in these spots, they're going to make it happen, and nothing's going to be given to you. You got to earn it. These guys have done that since day one. They've worked for this situational football, fourth downs, whatever it might be.
I'll have more in a moment.
This year we honor the most important anniversary ever. An event that reshaped civilization as we know it. A day that would lead to something so flawless that nothing could ever really compare. People have tried to match it, but have failed. This year, we celebrate the 60th anniversary of Guthrie's, the home of the original chicken finger. Just talking about it gets me all choked up. And hungry for a chicken finger. Guthrie's, an original obsession for 60 years.
Join us tonight for Crimson Tide Rewind, live from Bob Howard's Victory Grill in Vestavia Hills at 6 p.m. Central. You can listen on our full radio network, the Varsity Network app, as well as catch a video replay on Tuesday morning on the CTSN YouTube page. Crimson Tide Today is brought to you by Guthrie's. Crimson Tide Today is a production of the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Tom Abraham here for my friend Mike Owen at Owen Home Appliance Center. You know, the holiday season is just around the corner. So come to Owen Home Appliance Center and get the complete Frigidaire kitchen. You buy the fridge, the range, and the microwave, and you get a dishwasher free. Or maybe you need a commercial kitchen for that huge family coming in for the holiday season. Let them help you with brands like Viking, Mealy, KitchenAid, Z-Line, and Cafe. Quality products, quality pricing, quality service. That's what Owen Home Appliance Center stands for. Just 8 miles south of the river on 231.
I'm here with Thomas from Talent Heating and Air. With the temperatures going up, now is a good time to get your heating and air system looked at. Thomas, when somebody calls, you guys answer.
That's right. The phones are staffed by us. They're manned 24/7. We're ready to come out and take care of you that day.
How do they give you guys a call?
You give us a call at 256-503-4490.
And you can find you guys on the World Wide Web at talenthvac.com. And now is a good time to do this because you guys are offering a special deal.
That's right. We're doing $49 tune-ups this spring. We're also doing free second opinions. We offer that year-round. Somebody comes out, they say you got a bag compressor or leaking refrigerant. Give us a call, see if we can save you some money.
Thomas from Talent Heating and Air. Thomas, one more time, that phone number.
256-503-4490. AL certain number 21014.
Talking ball with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond. Weekday mornings beginning at 7 a.m. Only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN The Zone. This hour is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, Alabama's F-150 Superstore. Welcome to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, 256-576-4977.
That's how I roll. And I'm not going to drink and drive anymore.
That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Wes and Steve.
Oh, what a day, what a day, what a weekend. there is, boy, if this doesn't prove that the calendar is just screwed up in college football, days like today. I mean, we could do a week on the Iron Bowl itself.
I mean, Jacksonville got home field advantage for CUSA.
They did. That's right. So, you're going to get Owls and Gamecocks coming up on Saturday for the Conference USA Championship.
I noticed there was nobody at the grocery store on Saturday afternoon.
Yes, you can get a lot done during the Iron Bowl. So that was a very entertaining game, but the world is surrounded by Lane Kiffin, and we've had so many new coaches getting introduced today. And there's still one coaching vacancy in the SEC at Kentucky, Wes.
Well, that just opened up today, so they got their work cut out for them, and we'll see. I mean, you can't get beat by your rival 41-0 after the year you had.
Yeah.
I mean, you knew that was coming to an end if you watched that game. So, I'm
did you hear any of Golish at Auburn?
No, I have not. I think, I was kind of right about that. They were trying to the only problem I have with Auburn is they hired Golish because he agreed to keep the defensive coordinator, and that's why they didn't hire a coach, because he didn't want
because he's at Florida now.
Yes, and to me,
Summerall more or less said that.
Yeah, so here's the deal.
And kudos to Coach Summerall.
The biggest problem at Auburn is they won't give the coach 100% control. They just keep doing that. They keep doing the same thing, and I think Golish is a good coach. Don't get me wrong. I think he can do very well at Auburn. But if he doesn't, it's because they're dictating to him already.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We're live here at Carrabba's. I forgot to set the table properly.
Yes.
As they do very well here at Carrabba's.
Setting the table.
Yeah.
With good food.
Set the table quite well.
Yes.
And from the Iron Bowl to Auburn introducing Coach Golish, here is a portion of what Coach had to say.
The standards of everything in the program is driven by the coaches, by the support staff. You max out. Whatever that number of wins is, you max out. When the standards are upheld within that locker room, within each position meeting room, in every aspect of their lives, when it's driven by the players, we'll bring a national championship here to Auburn University.
So that was kind of the highlight of his opening remarks. Later on,
well, you have to strive for championships. They should.
You do, yeah. You have to say that. You have to speak it into existence.
It's well. I mean, it's like Vanderbilt. You have to believe.
Yeah.
And the bottom line is Alabama's won 6 in a row now with 5 different coaches. Until you get stability there, and allow your coaches to hire who they want when they want. And they did that a little bit with Hugh Freeze. And I don't know how much Hugh Freeze being sick and all that added to this, but that roster's good.
Yeah.
And they should have won more games with that roster. Why they had this quarterback? Let me tell you something. Without the quarterback play, Auburn's quarterback.
Which one?
The one that started. That should have been starting all year.
Ashton Daniels.
Yeah, Ashton Daniels. I mean, that guy played unbelievable in the game. I mean, every play, pretty much every play he did, every play was a broken play that he had that he made.
Yeah.
I mean, he made plays. Fourth down, some of those runs were incredible. He should have been down. Even the last play to get the ball off.
Yeah.
I mean, he played incredible in that game, and so did Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson played unbelievable. Some of the plays
the
he made.
The fourth down run.
The fourth down run, but the pass, the first touchdown pass.
You're right.
Why he's backing up? He throws a dime.
on his back foot.
On his back foot.
Yeah.
And he played incredible.
And it was a great catch by Horton, too.
Well, I mean, it hit him right in the hands, though. I mean, he should have caught it. If he dropped it, I'd have killed him. I mean, it was an unbelievable pass.
Well, I'm sure
he made several.
I'm sure there's many Auburn fans that feel the same way about their wide receivers of the amount of drops. I counted at least 4.
But some of those drops were where the ball was coming in very hot. I mean, the interception, that ball was thrown at that kid's head going 100 miles an hour. I mean, yes, should he got his hands up? Yeah, but I don't think he ever saw the ball till it was too late.
I don't think so.
Yeah, and a lot of that was the pressure Alabama was putting on the quarterback and the different things they were showing him. But yeah, there was a bunch of drops in that game, and there was a bunch of. It seems to be always a weird game. I mean, you got to get out your rule book,
17-0, and then all of a sudden, yeah.
Well, I mean, and
think about the illegal formation with 54 seconds right before halftime. That killed 4 points right there for Auburn.
I don't know if
they got a field goal.
Yeah, but you don't know who to guard, so that kind of. Who do you when you have a legal formation? It's illegal for
I get it
for a reason.
I get it.
Yeah, because you don't know who's eligible.
Yeah, exactly.
And so you don't know who to cover. So that's why that's the rule. So yeah, I mean there was a bunch of things in that game that could always change it when you're a one possession game, and that's been Auburn's problem all year is they've lost a bunch of one possession games.
Yeah. I
don't think did anybody beat them by more than one possession. I
can't think of it off the top of my head.
Yeah. There was so much football to unpack.
The Kentucky game was what, 10-3?
I think you watched the Texas A&M Texas game, and Texas A&M played like they did against South Carolina for the South in the second half of the game. And in that game, what was interesting to me is all last week, all the coaches at Texas A&M got all raises and signed new contracts. And how much did that play in, you think? You know what I'm saying? They were. It didn't seem like to me.
Well, they announced Elko's deal the day before the South Carolina game.
Yeah, but all the other coaches got deals and were forced to sign them or not, or they weren't going to be retained. There's so much wild going on in college football.
I need to talk to somebody about this calendar. And I think it's maybe someone from the National Coaches Federation.
Hold on. How are you going to? The only way to change the calendar is for you to change when school starts, second semester. That's what all this is going on about when school starts, and that's what it is. I mean,
if spring football were to be moved back,
it has nothing to do with spring football. It has to do with the classes when they start. When classes start, you have to be in class to be eligible. And so the reason, hold on, listen now. The reason they moved to December is for people to early enroll. You remember? Because
that's right.
That's why they.
I remember that. Yeah.
And so that still goes.
But there's still the February signing date. That one is still there just for cleanup processes.
Right, but people want them to move now back to February. Well, what caused this was a long time ago. When I can't remember his name right, it was a running back that was going to go to Auburn, committed to Auburn, enrolled in school at Alabama before the signing date. So then they said, well, that hurt Auburn because they didn't have a guy.
Is this the Reuben Foster deal?
It wasn't Reuben Foster. It was the running back, the number 4 that played in the NFL, who was really good, caught the winning touchdown against against LSU. I can't remember his name now. And that's when they moved the
Yeldon.
Yeah.
T.J. Yeldon.
T.J. Yeldon. That's when they moved the calendar back to December for the early enrollees, so they could early enroll, and they would have to actually sign a letter of intent instead of enrolling and signing your letter of intent at the same time. So what has to happen is school needs to be moved back,
and that ain't going to happen.
Well, I don't know. It could. It actually could. I think that is a possibility because all these schools are making a ton of money off football. The schools are, because all these kids were enrolled paying out-of-state tuition, most of them.
I do want to get to a little bit more of the audio from today. Coach Golish was also asked this setup question by J.G. Tate.
Jay with AuburnSports.com, Auburn on 3. My question to you is, do you like to play golf?
So it's a setup question. Been here long enough to know that. So my little man, Barrett, loves golf. And Corbin used to, and she's now super into cheerleading and flag football. So she's just doing it as a hobby now. And my wife is an elite golfer. I like football more than golf. And I'm terrible.
So that is a little bit of Coach Golish getting set up there. Lane Kiffin just got through talking to the media, being introduced down in Baton Rouge. And here is what Coach Kiffin, the new LSU Tiger head football coach, had to say.
I felt like everybody that I talked to outside of the state that I was in all basically said the same thing, okay? They all said, man, you are going to regret it if you don't take the shot and you don't go to LSU. It's the best job in America. It's the best resources and to win it. And it's obviously been done here before by a number of people. And, you know, Pete Carroll, really, he told me, you know, that he always told my dad that he'd look out for me. And so when we were talking, he really channeled him, you know, from knowing him for so long. And he said, this is exactly what he would do. He would tell you, boy, go get it, go for it. And, you know, Coach Saban kind of coached at another place in this conference, so I can't really say exactly what he said, but I'll say I think the world of Coach Saban, and I respect him, and so there's a reason I'm here.
You know, he's always putting it on to somebody else, right? First of all, he has a right to go coach anywhere he wants to, but don't try to take the players and the coaches on the way out. Don't tell the coaches if you're not on the plane today, you don't have a job.
Yeah.
I mean, don't act like you're the victim here. That's what he's acting like. And that Pete Carroll said to come, so that's why I came. I mean,
yeah, that's why I wanted to play it. By the way,
yeah,
of all the introductory press conferences that I've listened to today, that one for Lane Kiffin had 3 standing ovations. And there it really felt like,
oh yeah, I mean
a show.
Yeah, well, I mean,
put on.
Well, I don't know if it was or not. I didn't watch.
I know they're really excited. I get that. In fact, here you go.
Well, they were really excited when they hired their last coach.
Well,
because we interviewed all of them.
Yes, we did.
So everybody's excited when you get the new coach. And Lane's a good coach. I mean, he is an excellent game planner for offense. He's one of the best offensive minds in the country. And you know, they're going to keep their defensive staff there that they have. But
did not listen to Pete Holdings. I don't know if they had an introductory press conference for Pete today.
No, well, I saw something on YouTube. I don't think it was a press conference. The team gave him a standing ovation.
Yeah. Oh, that was the players only meeting. Yes.
And they had a video of that. But, you know, I think that Lane should have been. Here's my problem. Sooner or later, it has to be those guys that have been working so hard. And they listen, they're 11-1 by smoke and mirrors. They really are. This team isn't near as good as the team last year.
You're right. You're right.
But somebody had a chain on Lane to keep from going for it on 4th down every time. I mean, in every game we've talked about, they lost.
Yeah.
I know two of them.
The Kentucky game right out of the gate where he's kicking field goals.
Yeah, but I know against Florida and against LSU, each game they had 5 times in the red zone they didn't score. They didn't try to kick a field goal. And if you do that, it's hard to win a game. I mean, you only get so many possessions. But that all being said, I think he should have been allowed to coach his team. I get a little bit why they're, of course, they're going to be upset, but sooner or later it becomes about the players. And he would have them right there.
Yeah.
What could he? I mean, to me, it hurts your rival that he's not there, even though he's going to be their coach next year.
So, Brian, I know we're trying to squeeze basically, what's your saying, a 10-pound ham into a 5-pound bag or something along those lines.
Well, not ham, but yeah.
Yeah. I tell you what, I would like to take these phone calls, but I know we're scheduled to talk to Jerry Glanville here momentarily. So let's take these phone callers. And if anything, just right after we're done with Coach, we'll, see how we can maneuver maybe one break here during this hour, live here from Carrabba's.
You're hearing radio being made from scratch right now.
Yep.
You're going to look behind the curtain.
Yeah, that's right. Is Lewis still there?
Lewis is still here. Hi, Lewis.
Lewis, how are you, sir?
Yes, sir. Roll Tide. West.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Happy late Thanksgiving. I just wanted to see what you knew about it, thoughts on how they, as far as putting a cap on the NIL, if they've done it, or you just unlimited funds for the people that's got the money, and we got money. Don't get me wrong.
They put a cap on it. This was all done by a judge in California in a lawsuit, and so they settled the lawsuit, and everybody's supposed to get $21.5 billion as a cap. However, somebody now the NIL has sued that to put a stay on it for Title IX. But right now, Steve's showing me something that the Congress is set to vote on.
This is the SCORE Act.
The SCORE Act.
That Congress is set to vote on the college sports bill that limits NIL and transfers. And that is, again, this is the U.S. House of Representatives. This is just one half of it.
Yeah, but I think
what the Senate is going to do.
Because they have to have 60 votes, I think, is what I heard. And if that's the case, they're not going to, it'll be shocking if they pass it.
Reported vote would be Wednesday. This, according to the USA Today, this is as of 25 minutes ago.
Yeah. So, there's a lot going on in that. But, again, it's going to take Congress. They have to vote this because there's going to be another lawsuit. There's always going to be lawsuits.
Yep. This needs to go through, although I don't feel that optimistic about it.
No, I don't either. I just pray it does. Because that's just the only thing that's going to fix college sports.
You got anything else for us, Lewis?
I know a lot of people's calling, but they, a lot of them, if you do got the money to pay them, if you can't coach them, I don't know what good it's going to do you. But I mean, even with Alabama, got some players that's not performing for sure. But Roll Tide, I won't keep you. I know a lot of people waiting to talk to you.
Good.
Good to hear from you, Lewis.
Good to hear from you.
Good to hear your voice.
See you. Let's talk to Ray Dog before we get on board with Jerry Glanville right after we hear from Ray Dog. How are you, Ray Dog?
I'm doing well. Do you ever go home?
No. It's optional.
I need to know, does your bed know what you look like?
You're
always at work.
Yeah, there's something to that. But, you got to do what you got to do. If you love what you do, this ain't work. And this is a circus. Don't get me wrong. I was actually texting back and forth with Paul Feinbaum saying, you really want to get out of this circus? And he texted me back saying, I don't know. So we'll see.
No, with my comment here, everybody's had their introductory in our Coach Awesome press conference. And it occurs to me when Lane got upset at that kid for saying you can't turn a garden tool into a housewife. The reason that hit him the way it hit it is because he has positioned himself the same way the Uber hot girl does. You need me more than I need you. That's how he wants the world to operate with him. And because somebody said the thing out loud, we all think it ruffled his feathers. See you guys.
So this is all great for LSU, and he may go on a historic run of epic proportions, and this is all going to work out. But when has it ended well for Lane at really any stop? But Coach Jerry Glanville, on a Monday here as we dive into reaction from some games that went on over the weekend as well. Coach, how you doing this Monday?
Now, somebody told me you're at Carrabba.
Yes, we are. You better believe we're at
Okay.
Carrabba's, Coach.
I was the head coach of the Houston Oilers, and there was only one Carrabba's at that time, the original. And I would go down there, and eat with a guy very much more famous than I ever was, and they would make like the cream pasta and put shrimp, lobster, and crab meat in the pasta. Oh my gosh. Who was the most famous? And he roped off where we sat so nobody would bother us. Who was the most famous guy in Houston I was eating with?
I don't know, Coach. My next time to Houston will be my first time.
Are you ready?
Yes.
A.J. Foyt. We ate together.
Wow. Wow.
Now, he is Mr. Houston.
Gotcha. Was unaware of that tie-in, honestly, Coach.
Is Wes with you tonight, or did he quit?
He is. He is enjoying Carrabba's.
I have not quit yet.
In other words, tell him to put the beer down. Let's do the show. Now, I got my board here. It's split pro and college. But I got the college games as I watched them. Or would you rather start off with the elephant in the room? It's still, you want them how we watched them, or you want to just jump in a certain game?
I want to know how you watched them. That's what I want, Coach.
All right, the first game that I came up with, I was watching Ole Miss versus Mississippi State.
Yeah.
And I thought Mississippi State was mustered up, trying to play physical. But you two are laughing. That is not a Jackie Sherrill Mississippi State team.
No.
When Jackie Sherrill was there, he would have had better athletes than what they have. But I did appreciate the kids trying to play hard and muster up and fight a little bit. I like that part of it. The Ole Miss team, I credit the kids. They're surrounded by turmoil, which I believe is part of being in football, being able to look through past that, and they did. And I told somebody this Wayne. You said his name was Lane. This Lane Kiffin, I heard more about him than I have George Washington. George Washington was the father of our country.
Yeah, Lane is.
How much of this too is to blame on the press for continuously pumping this and making it the household deal? You know.
Well,
I could say this. Yeah, but Lane could have lied like everybody used to, right? And said he wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, like Nick coming to Alabama.
Yeah, I'm not
right?
defending Lane at all.
Mm-hmm.
So
no,
I'm just saying.
Here's what I think. And it's just an opinion. And you know better than I do. But when you guys started doing that Southeastern Conference thing, I would tune in and listen. And I'm going to tell you now, this is going to make everybody mad. I'm not a friend of the Kiffins and don't know him from a jar of Vicks. But at that convention, when you asked questions, he was the only coach that told the truth. And so it made me think.
He's gotten better at that. He has.
Pardon?
Yeah, he's gotten better at that, Coach. He really has.
Yeah.
Where it is genuine.
I credit a guy that's been fired more times than I've had jobs, and they're still fighting for him. Now, where I knew him, he got fired at the Raiders. Nobody remembers all this.
Oh,
He got fired. He got fired in the middle of the season. And then
with
he
cause.
ends up at Tennessee. And people say, do you think he'll leave? He won't leave where he's at Ole Miss. He left Tennessee for Southern Cal. Well, what happened to Southern Cal? He got fired. He got fired on the airplane runway. They didn't even let him on the bus.
That's right.
And then Saban saves his career. And guess what? He makes Alabama special. And that and I'm not a fan of his. when I went to watch them play live, the offense was dramatically the best they've been when he was there. And Kiffin got me. Only time I ever talked to him, he said, Nick's in the locker room. Come in the locker room. This is before the game started. And so people say, what's your relationship with him? I don't have one. But the bottom line is, when you can there's nothing like getting chased out of town and make it look like you're leading the parade. And he's mastered that.
Coach, I don't know where you come up with these sayings, but they're fantastic.
Coach, were you friends with Monty, Lane's daddy?
Yeah, I had a lot to do with Monty with defense. Yes, I wouldn't say friends. I was a teacher,
Yeah. So,
but he played something, and you know me. He played cover 2, and I told you back when you were in the 6th grade picnic, if you see me playing cover 2, get a gun and shoot me.
Yeah. He came up with a Tampa 2, I guess, because he had that middle linebacker that was so good.
Yeah.
Well, pretty much where he had a 3 tackle. He had a tackle in that totally dominated the game. And that defensive tackle made that Tampa 2 work. And there's a Miami 2 and there's a Tampa 2. And I said, why has everything got to stay in Florida?
So what's the Miami 2, Coach?
The Miami 2, you're the corner. And you're on 1. For all you people listening, 1's the first guy off the sideline. 2's the second guy off the sideline. So a Miami 2, I'm not rolling up unless 2 goes to the flat. So we call 2. And the second receiver, say the slot, goes down through the post. I take 1 all the way to the end zone. In a Tampa 2, I roll and hit 1. And that's a big difference. Now, in a Jerry Glanville, what we call tie cat, when I'm reading 2, I only trigger on 2 if the ball's coming. So if you break on me and there's no ball, I still take the burst out. But if you break on the second step and the ball's there, trigger. Now, I'm not talking about Roy Rogers' horse here. I'm talking about you fire.
All right, so you started with the Egg Bowl, and what was next, Coach?
I went to Georgia Tech.
All right.
And I just couldn't believe the opening kickoff. Georgia Tech had to start at the 1. And I thought, gee, can't get any worse than this. But the quarterback got him out of that little bit of trouble. And I came away with some real knowledge on that game. You guys hear me talk about schematics and schematics? Having the right guy on the right guy for the coverage, so that you don't look like you don't know what you're doing. Georgia Tech schematics were not lined up to win, but this is going to get Wes mad. Georgia threw a pick, and for the first time since Wes played, the center made the tackle. Bobo's kid made the tackle on the interception as a center and got hurt. He had to leave the game.
That's right.
Broke his foot. He's out.
Yeah, and he's out. That's exactly right. That's a big deal this week.
Well, that's why Wes never did. He said, no sense me tackling, Coach. You need me.
Coach,
I thought
against Georgia, my sophomore year, I had 4 tackles, and that's not good.
As a center?
Yes.
Wow, who was quarterbacking? Me?
There was a lot of different quarterbacks in that game. We tried them all. They all threw interceptions.
I thought Gunner ran the ball game. I thought Gunner was Gunner of last year. I've seen Gunner not play this good, and I like that. Then I went on to, and this is going to shock you, Texas versus A&M.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, and we talk about this all the time. Texas always has the best pass rush in the story. I didn't know the A&M quarterback was that skinny. When I saw him hurt his own knee from planting his foot. It looked like a pretzel. And I don't know that, it makes me nervous to play flamingo legs at quarterback because they'll get hurt so much. But Texas pass rush, here's what happened in the Texas A&M game. Each head coach decided, I'm going to show America I got the best quarterback. So guess what? There's no points. Nobody can score. And somebody woke up at halftime, and Texas came out and ran the football. And then everything flowed. In fact, 119 yards second half, guys. And I know Zarkanian can coach. You guys forget, I coached against Zarkanian, and who was on that staff? Kiffin. And who else was on that staff?
Ogeron.
The head coach of Seattle for 100 years. He's now the Raiders.
Oh, you're talking about Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll. How about this? Pete Carroll, Zarkanian, Kiffin. We're all at Southern Cal with a bag full of money. They won it all, but they took away the trophy and took away the Heisman because they found out they had NIL just 10 years too early.
Well, what's next, Coach?
Oh, then I went to Ohio State, Michigan.
Woo.
And if this doesn't make you sick, I got to say this, Buck. The officials weren't big enough for that game. The officials, I think they came from the ACC. You can't have ACC officials at a championship showing. I mean, come on.
Technically, those were Big Ten officials, but I would. So, are you telling me that was a fumble through the end zone and should have been a touchback there for Michigan?
That's why I love you. You're the only guy doing radio that knows football. If that's not a touchback, I'll eat your head. And the guy, they're running a replay, and the poor guy on the replay is trying to say, it looks like, oh, that was a good call. They didn't go with it. It is not. Yeah. That changes the game.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the game's changed. It's a new ball game. And I say, some of these officials, the stage is bigger than the play. Don't let the stage make you do things you shouldn't do.
Yeah.
And
I thought it was pretty obvious that his foot was on the white part and he didn't have full control. And I even heard Joel Klatt coming out of the timeout saying, boy, Ohio State got away with one. And they really did.
Yeah. Yeah, terrible. I'm so happy that you pay attention because I'm so broke I can't pay attention. But you do. I like that. But here's the bad news. What do you do at Michigan? They went to a 5-down lineman. Okay, Wes, you're the center. We go 5 down. You holler big. Am I right?
Yep.
Big protection means man on man. Why would you run 5-down lineman against Ohio State? Because only one guy needs to win. They can block. If you get a different guy, they never cross the line of scrimmage. And here's why I quit. This is why I hate the Big Ten. The 5-man line's not working. They're getting no pressure, and they never went to 6. Well, you know me. If 5's not working, I'm bringing 6. If 6 isn't working, I'm bringing 8. But they never pressured the Ohio. Now they're talking about the Ohio State quarterback winning the whatever trophy they give to those damn quarterbacks, the Heisman Award. And I didn't even think about them to this game. Embarrassing. And then let's talk NIL.
Please.
I'm looking at the University of Michigan. They paid their quarterback $3 million a year.
Ooh, Underwood.
Well, I watched that game. I'd go in and ask for a refund. Whoever made that's the worst deal I've ever seen made financially since Dale Earnhardt and me bought the Gargoyle sunglass store. That was the only worst deal of money I've ever seen.
Yeah, 63 yards is yeah.
He can't win it. You got to have a quarterback that can win it. So then I went to Tennessee Vandy. Are you guys ready for this one?
Oh, come on
Let
now.
me tell you about Tennessee Vandy. It's just today's football is not yesterday's football, because what we're watching is Appalachian State playing New Mexico State at the trigger.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's something.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, this Vandy quarterback is Baker Mayfield 100%. Now, here's my thought, you two. He's too short, so the NFL won't see what we see. We get quarterbacks, us three of us, better than anybody. He'll have to go to Canada, and he'll break every record that little guy from Boston College set up there.
Flutie,
Flutie. He'll break Flutie's record. I don't think the NFL will take him. I don't know what they list him as a height, but me and Wes would take him out for a drink because we'd be both taller than he is.
Coach, I've got a Heisman vote. Should I vote? Where should I vote for Diego? Number one. So the way you vote for the Heisman, you have 3 votes. First place gets the most points. Second place, then third place. Where would Diego be on your Heisman ballot?
Because of what I love and he does, I would vote him 1.
Wow.
And here's what's made me mad. They're talking about 2 and 3 is the Ohio
Mendoza.
State guy.
Oh,
who are they talking 3 now?
You talking about Julian Sayin or the wide receiver there?
The quarterback at Ohio State.
Yeah, that's Julian Sayin, Coach.
Yeah, if you play in the Big Ten, it's different. I can play quarterback in the Big Ten, left-handed as well as right-handed. If I'm a player, it's different there. It's Mushu secondary coverage. Anyway, I think this guy's changed, not the team. He's changed that university.
He has. Yeah.
It's so much fun.
He's listed at 5'11", by the way. At least according to the Vanderbilt Commodores website, 5'11", 207.
Okay, here's the rule on it. And whenever we flew people in, even like West, I said every airplane ride was really tough because it cost everybody 2 inches. Anytime I flew a guy in to see if I wanted to draft him, he lost 2 inches on the flight.
Yeah.
So
all I will tell you, Coach, is he was at SEC Media Days in Atlanta, and I'm 5'10", and I was taller than Diego Pavia.
And you're better looking.
You know, his brother got arrested again after the game.
He's got a bad habit of that. he's got a bad habit of that.
Let me tell you about Vandy. His dad had to drive, sounds like Jerry Glanville, 20 hours from New Mexico to the game in a van. And I said, they haven't got any money. Your star quarterback's dad is driving 20 hours. That's not happening at most big-time programs. So that tells me there's not much NIL money over there at Vandy.
But I think that's about to change. But we'll see. We'll see.
Well, it should change because everybody graduates there from a doctor, and the doctor needs a right. The only way a doctor can protect his own belongings, if he gets sued for malpractice, they're not allowed to take anything from your personal house or the money you give Vandy. So give it away.
There you go. There you go.
Now,
that was impressive with Vandy.
Alabama Auburn was the next game I watched. I was watching the game and I thought, this is how games change. I goes, I don't know who this kid is playing quarterback for Auburn, but I don't know how he got here. I don't know what he's doing playing in this game. And about 2 quarters later, I said, this guy can play. And he just got better and better as that game went on. Where'd he come from?
He is a transfer from Stanford, Coach.
Well, that's the problem. You get somebody from Stanford and they want to be cerebral. They want to think too much. And I never wanted Stanford players because they all had too many opinions. I'd rather have somebody more on my level, Anyway, because the first half was all Alabama, I took it upon myself just to study the Alabama quarterback and nothing else. So the way I study you, I look at feet. Guess what? Got great quick feet.
Yeah.
I look at him when he runs for short yardage, and Wes knows where I'm going. He flat backs the sneak. Wow. I look at everybody covered, and he's got pressure. I see a throwaway. I watch him look to the right with his feet, and I call it dancing slippers. And when he comes back to the left, his feet never quit moving, and he guns the ball. I don't know how he didn't play to this year. Somebody's got to explain to me, why didn't he play last year? I'm leaving it with you, Wes.
The floor is yours, Wes Neighbors.
He had a maturity problem. Like last year, when he did play, remember he held the ball up and fumbled it running in? He self-admitted, I have a lot of, my nephews are all good friends with Ty. And he's a good kid. And he admitted that he wasn't ready to play. But his first scrimmage I came back from, this was 3 years ago. And I said, Ty Simpson is going to be a great player. But he needed to grow up, and he's grown up. And look, the kid can play 100%.
Oh, without question.
That throw he made while backing up.
Yeah, that first touchdown pass.
Wow.
With a blitz where they didn't even pick up.
Yeah.
I don't understand. No, I don't know. I don't know what kind of it was like. The receivers didn't run the blitz routes, right? I mean, I could never figure out what was going on with that.
You're too smart, Wes. They ran the route that was called. And as Wes is telling you, I'm running the route that's called, but I see the safety disappear. I changed my route.
Yeah.
And they did not do that for him.
I don't think they did it once.
No, I don't think so either.
It was driving me nuts. I mean, they're going to get him killed. And because he's going to hang in there and throw it. I mean, he's going to take the lick.
I think he's the best pro prospect, but I'm voting for what they're doing today to help their school. And here's my deal. Alabama's a good football team without him. Vandy's not a good team without that guy.
Yeah, yeah.
That guy makes everybody play. That guy. Yeah. So if I had a vote, they took my vote away years ago. Remember when Pat Sullivan was at Auburn?
Yeah. I was back in the 70s, Coach.
And I said, this guy should win the Heisman. Everybody said, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, guess what? He won the Heisman. Thrown to a guy named Beasley. Do you remember little Beasley?
Yeah, Terry Beasley. Yes, sir.
He put his head back, and Beasley was no taller than me and Wes put together. He made big-time plays, Wes. Woo! So, Alabama, Auburn. Now, I'm going to say something. All the Alabama fans, we brag down. I'm not going to make you all mad. Somebody at Alabama evidently went and watches Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs, since I've been an adult, have not had one legal pass for a touchdown. Not one. And I'm watching Alabama, and they've learned how to pick like Kansas City Chiefs. And I'm watching Kansas City the next day, and I'm laughing because I'll see this next time Alabama plays. Last week, Wes, Kansas City picked for the halfback coming out. Not even the slot.
Really?
It was 3 out of the backfield, and they picked. And I said, I'll see that next week at the Alabama game.
Well, they did pick, and the guy dropped it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
You're exactly right.
Yeah. Well, here's my deal, and these poor officials, and I would tell them, if you're in the red zone and you're in a slot, I said, a light bulb ought to go off and say, I better watch for the pick. Is that hard to learn that? And you either got to make it illegal, which it is, or if you're not going to call it, just say you're allowed to pick.
Yeah, I saw several rubs. I like how some of the analysts call them rubs. No, that's a pick.
Hey, when they rub on you and his helmet stuck in your ear hole, that's not a rub. That's not grandma rubbing on you.
All right, Coach.
Okay,
Well,
that was me in college.
Yep.
Anybody ready for the NFL?
We are ready for some NFL.
Okay, I went on a 28-year study, and I've got to release this to the head coaches. When you go for it on fourth down and don't make it, that's a turnover. I was listening to the Lions say, Golf doesn't throw any interceptions. But by the way, on fourth down, you haven't made it 7 times. That is just like an interception. That's a turnover. And people have forgot that because they've gone crazy on these fourth downs. But after my study, I figured that out.
Well, you're absolutely right, Coach. And I talk about that all the time. We were talking about that earlier in the show where Lane Kiffin went for it. Last year's team at Ole Miss, to me, is head and shoulders better athletically than this team. The only difference is somebody had told Lane to be kicking field goals because last year against LSU and Florida, two of the 3 losses, they had the ball in the red zone 5 times and didn't score.
Coach, we've only got about a couple more minutes left, so let's. There was one NFL game that surprised me the most. It was the Panthers and Rams. I just didn't realize that'd be during a driving rainstorm there in Charlotte, Coach.
Well, it was amazing. Stafford threw a pick.
Yeah.
It was his first pick in his last 300 throws. Can you imagine that? And the ball was stiff. Yeah. But I thought Bryce Young was getting better and better and better. I was not a Bryce Young fan a month ago. But and you know why he can play? Even when he wasn't any good, and I didn't think he should be playing. He carried himself like he was in charge. He never lost the high step. And
that fourth down throw.
Players. Is that the way he was in Alabama?
Yes, sir.
He was. I called him. Sir. He was ninja.
Yeah.
Okay, now here's one thing. I saw Nicola. I saw all these great catches. So I went back and watched all these great catches are coming with gloves on. Remember when we had sticky goo and they made sticky illegal?
That's right.
I'd like to shake hands with one of these guys wearing these gloves. I probably got to marry the guy. I can't get him off my hands.
Well, what else stood out in the NFL to you, Coach?
I did a whole study. Remember how I pick a position? I picked the edge players, the people with the great pass rushers, and the people that don't. And I'm going to notify everybody of what I found out. If your great edge pass rusher runs past the quarterback, he's not worth what you're paying him. And you two will be shocked. It goes by teams. It goes by how they're coached. Watch these edge guys run by the quarterback. What's behind the quarterback that you're looking for? You're getting a bus ticket or what? And they're going by the quarterback. And this won't shock you.
They're probably looking for that jar of Vicks, Coach.
I put San Francisco 49ers. Never run past the quarterback.
Wow.
Indianapolis Colts. Never run past the quarterback. Cleveland Browns. Never run past the quarterback. Tennessee. They need to get a punch hole card. They're going, where are they going? Running right past the quarterback. Anyway, I did that study. I thought Wes would like that. I can tell he fell asleep.
I
Okay,
like
Wes,
it.
Well, no. So I agree with you totally. If you run past the quarterback, you blocked yourself.
Yeah.
And now
what do you say if you're
and Coach, I thought you were going to say something because I was yelling at the TV because Alabama rushed 3 way too many times.
Oh my gosh, I saw that. What's the rule? If I rush 3 anywhere you see me, get a gun and shoot me. How about this? If I rush 3 and play cover 2, get a shotgun. There's 2 things that I call suicidal. Don't want anything to do with him. Now I wrote down Crosby. Anybody watch Crosby, defensive end at the Raiders?
No, sir. No, I did not.
He's as good as there is, and he does a great spin move. Doesn't go by past the quarterback. Here's a guy that went to Eastern Michigan as a walk-on, no scholarship. Wow. Nobody wanted him out of Texas. Became this. He's now probably the best defensive pass rusher in football. And the reason I'm telling you this, because a lot of people, he's gone back to Eastern Michigan West. He's bought the weight room. He's bought their locker room. He is refurbishing Eastern Michigan, who gave him a chance. I just
That's
love
awesome.
That
That's awesome.
Let's not forget about the kid I had down in Miami. We haven't talked about him.
No.
Defensive end from Africa. He was here.
This is so cool. Yes.
Yeah.
He was here on a work visa, and he had to get. He never played 1 minute of football till I got him, and he watched football at 6 in the morning in America and tried to do what they were doing. We coached him for 4 days, and he goes, "I think if I don't get signed, coach, I got to go back to America. Go back to Africa." Now I'll take you home. Nobody will know. Get in my damn car. And the Jets signed him.
That's awesome.
Is that
That's
unbelievable?
awesome.
And
changed people's life. Yeah.
That should be a movie.
Yeah, it really should.
It will be if he plays a lot, Coach.
Yeah. Guess what I said to him? I said, in Africa, did you ever get chased by a lion? Because he was real fat. I knew the lion didn't catch him. He goes, Coach, the only lion I saw in Africa was at the zoo. I goes, hell, we do that in America. And I had to fix him on the third day of practice. A guy from Georgia was a real good offensive guard from Georgia we had there. Hit him right in the mouth. Come up there with like a West short punch. Westy come right up and caught him right on the jaw. And the defensive end from Africa turned around and went back to huddle. And I said, stop everything. I said, come over and sit on the bench with me, son. I goes, you're in America. He goes, well, what do you mean, Coach? I said, we fight each other. Hell, we had a civil war. If you hit us, we're going to hit you back. I said, if that happens again, nobody's going to pick you up. That guy hit you in the mouth. You don't walk away. We're not in Africa. So he fixed that for the game. And away he goes to the New York Jets.
That's such an awesome story.
It really is.
Coach, we always appreciate the time you give us, and I look forward to talking to you next Monday.
Well, we got our biggest audience is in Atlanta. All my friends are listening. Of course, that's only 2 people. Ed and Brenda, thanks.
Thank you, Coach.
Coach, thank you so much.
Adios.
That is Jerry Glanville. All right, so tell me what you want to do here. Do we need to just roll out right now? I mean,
well,
what do you want to do?
I think we've got another minute to tell them about how wonderful Carrabba's is.
Carrabba's is? Yes.
And how
Carrabba's,
they keep showing up on zone deals.
Yep.
With the holidays coming up, you're going to have a house full of people. You got to feed them something, right? And you're going to get burnt out on ham and turkey. Well, Italian food. Everybody loves Italian food. Everybody loves Carrabba's.
It really is. There is
and if you look at WZZN TV, you guys are at the bar. You're going to need the bar with all your family in town. And I'll tell you what, guys, take it from an old fat, multiple married man. The bar where you do like a little wine and a little meal there, nice little date night. You get the wife out of the house.
That's right.
And
right.
you know her mom drives her crazy. And so you can get her out of there and get her some dinner, get a nice time out. You can get a lot of mileage out of that. And you're going to be set up for the holidays. And
the filet and shrimp Toscana is usually my go-to.
Yes, sir.
Here, but the lasagna is fantastic. There is an appetizer here where it's sausage inside a mushroom and the sauce around it as well.
Yes.
I'm addicted to it.
Yes.
I really
Is that what's in that plate that looked like you got licked clean?
Well, I use some bread, to dip it, but the bread
as my
is
dad
always
used to
fresh.
say, leave the flowers on the plate.
Mm-hmm.
Steve had tomato sauce on his nose when I got in here.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey,
well,
it's so good to wear. So good you want to wear it.
We appreciate the fine folks at Carrabba's. So, all right. So coming up next is Crimson Tide Rewind. Then we're going to have Monday Night Football. If you want to get the full pregame from Monday Night Football, that's over on Talk Radio WZZN. We will not have a show Wednesday due to Alabama men's basketball as they're taking on Clemson. That's right.
If we're going to miss the show, might as well be paying with basketball.
How is Clemson?
I don't know right now. I have not seen Clemson this year. Alabama's pretty good.
Yes,
they're pretty good. Crimson Tide Rewind. They'll dive more into the Iron Bowl next.
This segment of The Drive is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, located online at woodyAndersonFord.com with 2 locations, Hughes Road in Madison and Jordan Lane in Huntsville.
Hey folks, Don Wessel's back again for Woody Anderson Ford. And let me tell you, if you've been thinking about a new Ford, now really is the best time to buy. It's the Ford year-end sales event, and we're rolling out some